All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Got my hat on for Ramadan, so make sure you let me know in the chat how the audio is, what it sounds like to you. I always want to make sure it's the best for everybody tuning in. We've got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. There is a lot going on right now. As you've seen, Mexico, the cartels have taken over. Well, they've always had control. The blizzard in New York City. If you want to go shovel snow, you got to show 2 forms of ID and a social security card. People are now claiming to be trapped in New York City, not allowed to leave. They have closed down exits. They have closed down the bridges or people getting out. Fox News, the Nancy Guthrie case has suddenly disappeared. No Nancy Guthrie case to be mentioned anywhere, which is really kind of odd considering that it dominated the news cycle for so long. Suddenly now they don't care. Another big story, the American hockey team has caused some controversy. There's a lot of people that are now angry with Kash Patel celebrating with the American hockey team. I say go for it. They already hated Kash Patel. The people that hated Kash Patel before already hate him. So we're going to talk about a lot of this. But I want to say first and foremost, the big story to me is Mexico. And we as Americans always assume that in dangerous places that there are unwritten rules, that there are places that are off limits, like tourist destinations, right? And that lines won't be crossed. We believe the tourist zones are untouchable bubbles, that when things go wrong, there is someone to call. Yesterday, those assumptions vanished. The Mexican state has failed. The police radios are dead. There's no embassy evacuation coming. There are only the new warlords, the cartels, and thousands of foreigners are now trapped inside of Mexico. And if you've been to Mexico in the past and stayed at a resort, you have funded the cartels because they own everything. I don't want you to believe the official narrative for a second. They didn't just kill a drug lord. They took out a deep state general, El Mencho. They've been trying to get this guy for 30 years. He's been untouchable. He has drones. He had drones, armored divisions, armored cars. He had military helicopters. And for 30 years, the intelligence agencies looked the other way because he wasn't just moving narcotics, he was moving kids. But the protection racket ended Sunday morning. Trump's intelligence cut through the noise and led Mexican special forces straight to his door in a little town called Tapalpa. I say little town, it's probably a compound. He didn't go down fighting. He died in a helicopter, cornered like a dog. $15 million bounty collected. His son, life in prison. His daughter, I hope she gets the same thing. His empire is burning. The president of Mexico has lost money because the Mexican government is funded by the cartel. And right now, the soldiers from his organization are setting fire to Guadalajara, Puerto Vallarta. They're shutting down airports. They're burning cars. And they're panicking. They're terrified. I say good. That's the sound of a dying empire. Trump choked their money with tariffs. He exposed their blackmail with the Epstein files. And now he's taken out their muscle. This isn't politics. This is war. And the snakes are losing their heads. Now, I want to know in the chat, do you think that Donald Trump should send the United States military to go and help these American citizens that are trapped there? Is this something that you think that we should do? I don't know if we're allowed to right now, because I think it would be in conjunction with cooperation from the Mexican government. There would have to be some level of status of forces agreement. And I don't know. I've got a poll in the chat. Should Trump send the military to rescue tourists? Some people say yeah. 70% say yes. 30% say no, they're on their own. That's going to be up to you to decide. I want to know the poll in the chat. But I've got a clip here that I believe should explain some things about what is happening here and how the cartels should be a little worried. This is a good friend of mine. His name is Evan Hafer, retired Green Beret, and also did some other stuff with some other 3-letter agencies. So I want to know what you think about what he says here.
You know, I know these units. I'm intimately familiar with them. Bro, if we declare war on the cartel, like these dudes are not going to understand what the f is going on.
No,
like,
of course not.
They are going to be, because God,
you'll
God
stop the distribution.
Guys.
That's going to be, yeah.
They are in for a world of like ultra violence they've never actually felt before, because they, you know, obviously this is a very capable ultra violent organization. They have fucking no clue if we organize these tier 1 units against them. This is going to be what I would be doing if I was down there. Like, I know all those shoe boxes in my fucking, you know, my walls that I'm going to have to collect up. I'd be getting ready to retire right now. That's what I would be doing, because if Delta Force is hunting me, bro, I would be so terrified.
Is that a real thing that they've proposed doing?
Yes, that is a real thing.
Who proposed that?
I'm almost positive either JD or Trump had said something with the new guy from ICE, like, we're going to mobilize tier 1 units against the cartel. The only thing I thought was like, retire. If you guys got some money, man, I would like put that away. Yeah. You know, like maybe move Jamaica. I don't know, go somewhere. Yeah.
But I saw somebody in the chat say the industrial complex is looking for another war. I think this is not planned. This was not planned. I don't believe the industrial complex is relying on anything in the southern border. I don't believe that. But I do think if you had a family member that couldn't get out of this country, you would be begging, you would leg hump, you would lick Donald Trump's boots to try to get him to send military troops to go and retrieve these people. You know it as good as I do. You would be crying like the little spineless simp that we all know that those people are. You know it, and you can lie to me and tell me you wouldn't, but you would.
Buy a restaurant. Like, try to go legit, because
go legit.
Dude, if those guys are hunting you,
yeah.
By the way, like, you're done. Fucking done.
And it's a weird thing that's going on right at our border.
So
it's a
strange.
Weird thing, because it's so close to us and it's so ultra violent and dangerous, and it's just completely shaped the way the entire economy of the country works. You know, they have so much power and control, and it's a criminal organization that is almost entirely, at least, funded by us, by our desire.
That's true. Funded by us. Indirectly or directly, the United States is funding the cartels. They supply products that we want, or some people want, drugs and kids and people. The United States is funding it, whether you like it or not. Prove me wrong.
Trump declares war on cartels. President-elect said notorious crime syndicates and drug kingpins will never sleep soundly again once he launches his plans to tackle the issue.
I've thought about this for a long time, where I'm like, if they turned loose Delta Force and SEAL Team 6 on cartels and pedophiles, we could just kind of like erase the problem in about 2 years.
What do you think, Evan Hafer? Great comment there. Great comment. You want to get rid of some things, use the military. It's not as easy, because we'll probably have to get approval from Congress. That would be the big holdup, is getting approval from Congress. You know it as good as I do. There's probably some members of Congress that are probably on the take. Think about it. I'm sure you could name a few just off the top of your head that you believe are on the take. I know I could. I know I could name a handful. Arizona's governor, maybe, right? Comics and Robotics became a member. I rely on memberships on the channel. Always try to get 5 to, let's go for 10 memberships today. Let's go for 10 memberships today. Now, the other big story that's going to trigger a lot going on is this guy right here. This is some kid, Jack Hughes. Here's the crazy. Well, I'm going to save the very crazy part to tell you. They won a gold medal. First time 46 years. I'm not an Olympics guy. Some of you are. I don't really care. It's good to when America succeeds, liberals cry.
I'm lucky I'm from the best country in the world, and we got great dentists there too. So I'm lucky I'm American, and they're gonna fix me right up.
Standing there listening to the anthem, what's going through your head?
Just so proud. I'm so proud to be American. I'm so proud of this group. I'm so happy that we could win. You know, we have so many people here supporting us. We have so many people back home supporting us, and you know, we're so thrilled with how this whole tournament played out, and you know, just an unbelievable moment for USA Hockey. We've been feeling that love for so many years. You know, so many of these guys have been.
There you go. There's my hockey coverage. There's my hockey coverage. Congrats. I've been to some hockey games. I've been to a Stanley Cup. I had a blast. Congratulations. Hell, send in the American hockey team. They would probably kick some cartel butt. Look at this. This is footage off of an airplane. People trying to get out.
Hemos estado esperando instrucciones por parte de la empresa, la Agencia Federal de Aviación Civil, la cual nos dice que todavía estamos suspendidas todas las operaciones en el aeropuerto de aquí de Guadalajara. No hay personas.
All operations are shut down at the airport. These people are waiting in planes. They can't get into the airports. Okay? They cannot get into the airports. They can't leave. People are trapped. The people that hate Trump are now going to beg Trump. This happened on a Sunday. The State of the Union happens tomorrow night. I want to hear the Democrats say, Trump, you were right. The cartels are horrible. The border should have been shut. I want to hear some Democrats own this.
Now on growing unrest in Mexico. Mexico's Secretariat of Defense says the army has killed a top cartel leader known as El Mencho. The Secretariat mentions coordination with U.S. intelligence. The U.S. Embassy in Mexico still advising U.S. citizens to avoid any unnecessary movements because of ongoing violence there. Now on growing unrest in...
Great comment right there. They can find the most powerful cartel leader, but not Nancy Guthrie. Those Mexican ICE protesters calling the Trump racist are going to beg for him for help. Now, Nancy Guthrie, if you think she's still alive, I've got Bigfoot in my backyard. For decades, tourists have been kidnapped and held ransom, and some just float out murdered. There's movies about heinous crimes and kidnapping. That's exactly right. There's movies. You're absolutely right. Eunice gave away 5 memberships. Thank you. Nathan gave away some memberships. Thank you very much. That's what keeps my channel alive, is community engagement. It is engagement from the chat. It's engagement from the community that we're building here. I want to show you the head of the snake here. Head of the snake. Now, I don't speak Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. Restaurant Spanish. Uno. I'll take uno. Quesadilla with some guacamole.
Regresar a la guerra contra el narco no es opción.
I'm going to turn this down because I don't really want to hear jive or gibberish or whatever she's speaking here. But this is her detailing out that that Mexico is basically ran by cartels. This is what this is. And defend the war against the narco is outside the law because, as I said or have said on several occasions, it is permission to kill without any trial. So they don't want the United States military to come down there and cut off who's funding this lady. Her name is Scheinbaum, which is a very not a very Mexican heritage type name. Not a very Mexican name, but I don't really care what her last name is. 70% of you think Trump should send the military. I'm going to end that poll. Okay. Here's my gig on this whole thing. I don't really care about Mexico itself. I don't care about the people not from America that are stranded there. That might sound cruel, but I don't really care. Right? I wish them the best. The Americans that are there, I want them out. I want them to get some help. But there has to be somebody says Mexico's wonderful. If it's so great, move there. If Mexico's so good, move there. That's my theory. I'm not going. If you've been there and you've stayed at a resort, you have funded the cartels. Prove me wrong. I wish the people all the best in getting out. I'm concerned about Americans. I'm Americans first, right? That's where I come from. If Trump sends in troops, I'll support it. If he does, it's going to cause a lot of chaos. The Mexican government depends on America for funding through tourism. That's a big one, through tourism.
This is Dan Dix here reporting for Press for Truth, coming at you here live in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Just had the military driving past me, and as I understand it, I should not be around anywhere where the police or the military are, because they are the target right now. As you can see, this whole place is like deserted right now because there's burning cars back there, burning cars right here still smoldering, and the situation is incredibly intense. As I'm sure you've already heard, there was a top drug lord cartel member, El Mencho, who has been killed. I believe there was a $15 million bounty on this man's head, and he is now dead. And that has caused this whole situation to pop off. The place looks like an absolute war zone right now, folks. Cartel has been setting up blockades in the streets, stopping cars. A whole bus was set on fire. You've got cartel members who literally look like the military. These guys are serious. These guys mean business. Costco was set on fire. A hospital was under attack. People running for their lives. There was the Guadalajara airport that was under attack. People literally running all over the place, screaming and
How current's the report yesterday?
crying. The Puerto Vallarta airport as well has had a big scare. A lot of people were evacuated on the tarmac. Had to run out on the runway.
I like that comment. Send in Van Hollen with the with the margaritas. I love that.
Private homes and potentially hotel resorts at 5 p.m. Our time, if their demands are not met. So this thing could be just the beginning of what we're seeing here. I mean, the situation is so intense. I've been doing reports from.
This is crazy. The guy's nuts walking around like that. Absolutely. American citizens are now going to become currency. That's what it is. And Canadians that are on vacation there, do you trust the Canadian government to go and help you? Or are you going to beg America? That's what I think. Now everybody's understanding why they got Maduro.
Well, it wasn't meant to be, and we're very friendly with her. She's a good woman, but the cartels are running Mexico. She's not running Mexico. The cartels are running Mexico. And we could be politically correct and be nice and say, oh, yes, she is. No, she's very, she's very frightened of the cartels. They're running Mexico. And I've asked her numerous times, would you like us to take out the cartels? No, Mr. President. No, please. So we have to do something because we lost. The real number is 300,000 people, in my opinion. They like to say 100,000. 100,000 is a lot of people, but the real number is 300,000 people. And we lost it to drugs, and they come in through the southern border, mostly the southern border. Plenty come in through Canada, too, by the way, in case you don't know. But they come in through the southern border, and something's going to have to.
Do we have cartel factions here in the United States? I believe we do. Some of you are going to say no. Some of you are going to ignore the problem. Being oblivious doesn't mean the problem isn't there. Here's my doom scenario. We send in the military. The cartels here in the United States respond in kind. The cartels here in the United States go active in cities around the country. Chicago has Tren de Aragua. You remember they took over a apartment complex in Denver. All of the border towns have cartels. San Antonio, not a border town, but there's a large contingency of cartels there. Think about Los Angeles. Think about San Diego. Think about El Paso. Think about the towns across Arizona, New Mexico, all along Texas. Think about McAllen. Truck drivers that go in and out of there. We send in troops, the cartels are going to respond. They are going to respond. If you think they're not, you're crazy. Here's a question for you for the chat. Yes or no? King of Biltong, thank you very much for being in here. Drop your link for the Biltong. Here's a question for the chat. Are the cartels and the sleeper cells working together? Why wouldn't they be? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Look at this. You see this?
Well,
It's only going to get worse. Somebody says yes. Somebody says not in my opinion. You don't believe the cartels and the sleeper cells are working together. Why not? What would tell you that they're not working together? One transports drugs and people. The other one transports weapons, drugs, and people. Why wouldn't they be working together? Why wouldn't they be? Free buses in Mexico. Yeah. We have sleeper cells all through the United States. If you think we don't, I believe you're oblivious. I believe that, well, Fox News dropped the Nancy Guthrie coverage like a potato. They got rid of that so quick it ain't even funny. Cartels are in all the big cities? Absolutely. You know this. Don't be that person that doesn't believe it. Don't put your head in the sand like an ostrich because it leaves your butt wide open to being bit. Come on, people. We have talked about this. Look at this. Doesn't that look nice? How similar does this look to Gaza, Iran, Israel, October 7th? Third world is at our southern border. A lot of people go on vacation in a third world country. How similar does this look to Iran? The buildings are all set on fire by the cartels. Does this look similar? Is that Minnesota? No. Well, very well could be. Could be Los Angeles. Could be Baghdad. Right? Who's responsible for this? The cartels. Who's funding the cartels? The United States government. Well, the United States, people that are, buying drugs, buying people. That's who's funding this. Looks like Kuwait. It does look like Kuwait for you Gulf War veterans. Very similar, except they were, oil towers. Look at this. They're just setting stuff on fire there. Just setting things on fire. It's only going to get worse. It is only going to get worse. They're going to beg for help from this guy? El Trumpo? Is that the guy they need for help? I'll never go to Mexico, coming to a sanctuary city near you. I'm going to save this image. That's a beautiful image right there. That's a beautiful image of the Trumpinator. 99% of you, do we have cartel factions here in the USA? 99% say yes. Let's do this for a poll. Are the cartels and sleeper cells working together? And then if you believe they're not working together, tell me why not. in the chat. Why wouldn't they be working together? That's what I want to know. Why do you assume that they wouldn't be working together? The Dirty Sanchez, absolutely. Let's go. I've got a couple of good clips that should trigger. Thank you to all of my super fans that are in the chat, i.e. trolls. Those are the real super fans that get up so early and try to rage and you know, they're just unhappy with their own lives. They're all unhappy with their own lives. Let's go here. You want to see something interesting with what's happening in, I believe this is New York. Who's saying New York, New York? Was that no, you know what? I want to trigger the algo first. Let's go here. A lot of people are going to freak out about this. This is Cash Patel. They already hated Cash, so now they can kiss his real American rear end. Look at that. I'm going to tell you right there. Every liberal is crying when they see this. I'm leaving today. I want to be part of it. New York, New York. Good for you. Get out of New York while you can. If you can. I don't know if you can get out of New York right now. Mamdani has put in a travel ban that you can't leave New York. Look at this. You can't leave.
So Zoran Mamdani just issued a travel ban in New York City, shutting down the bridges, the tunnels, the streets, saying you better stay your ass in your house. Isn't that interesting? And if you do want to come outside, you got to bring your documentation, bring your papers, bring 2 pieces of ID, social security card, pictures. And the only way you can come outside is if you're working for us, you shoveling that snow. So interesting how socialism feels so much like authoritarianism. But don't worry, you'll have the warmth of collectivism to keep you comfy.
They won't let you leave. Why should they let you leave? Why should they let you leave? They have you. They need your money. They need your tax money. Why should they let you leave? Join the channel as a member. Feel free. We got a lot of super chats and memberships rolling in. I really appreciate that. We'll get to all of those. New York City, you might be cooked. Right now, you might be cooked. I'm going to play a little bit of this here. You want some inspiration? You want to feel how good America feels right now? I can't play the music, but I just want this to roll. The same people that will go after Cash Patel for celebrating with the hockey team will hate this. They will hate this clip highlighting what the American fighting men and women can do. They will hate everything about it. And this should be a preview for the cartels if they don't allow American citizens to come back. Thank you, Queen Bee. Miss Attitude, thank you for joining. Miss Attitude looks up the mysterious death of 2 teens in Alaska when Clinton was governor. There's a podcast. I don't care. That's so far removed. I mean, I care about the people dying, but there's nothing you can do about it. Clinton was governor. I was a high school kid. I wish you the best. Email me the link, but there's not a lot I can do with that. Okay. But this is what the people hate. The people that hate America hate seeing the winning that's happening right here. They can't stand it. And the abbreviation for Arkansas is AR, not AK. Nice try, though. I appreciate it. You'll learn. We'll get you trained up right here. Okay? Let's keep rolling. We got some other stuff going on here. Look at this. We know Mamdani was wanting to require ID to shovel. Here he is trying to defend it.
There's been this controversy over the snow laborers and the sort of what some see as onerous need to have documentation. Can you just talk about if that's new and what you make of the controversy?
This is all long-standing. This is a long-standing program and long-standing requirements, and this is a way that New Yorkers get paid to shovel snow in assistance with the city's response to a winter storm event. Federal law requires that employers get authorization and documentation to pay people for their work. We are not allowed to just cut checks to individuals for their work. And these are the policies that we've had in place, but I understand that for many, it's the first time that they've ever heard about it.
There's been this.
Isn't it ironic that this guy now wants 2 forms of ID to shovel snow? No ID for voting, no ID for picking the president, no ID for voting in the guy that is here, no ID for the guy that has the nuclear codes that can raise taxes, raise tariffs, declare actual war. No ID for that. But for shoveling, let's get the ID. I believe Zoran deserves a flush. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Nice little flush for the Zoran. Looks like the guy that went down to Mar-a-Lago could very well be a Thomas Massey supporter. He was reportedly a conservative Christian who became fixated on the Jethro Steen files, as so many people have. Look at this. At the same time, Austin was outspoken about his Christian faith and political views. We're told he expressed support for Trump, telling colleagues as recently as late last year he believed Trump was a strong leader. But then all of the text messages come out. I don't know if you read up on the Jethro Steen files, but evil is real. So the guy got radicalized by the Jethro Steen files. And he went to Mar-a-Lago because of his hatred for the president of the United States. And it sounds very similar to the way that Thomas Massey supporters act. Newly uncovered text messages from Tucker Martin. They always have 3 names. Austin Tucker Martin, 21-year-old who attempted to break into Mar-a-Lago while armed, suggests he was potentially influenced by mainstream narratives. Those are dangerous. And conspiracy theories around the Jepsteins. The best people like you and I can do is what little influence we have. Tell other people about what you hear about the Jethro Steen files and what the government is doing about it. Raise awareness. People are absolutely obsessed with this to the point they will go after the president of the United States. And the president, these radicals that try to radicalize you, this is the guy when he was a kid. Kid, looks like a normal family, looks like a normal happy family, probably listened to a little much Ian Carroll, Tucker Carlson, gets radicalized, probably followed Thomas Massey, Rand Paul, Ro Khanna. Hell, probably watched the 5-hour interview of Sean Ryan with Hunter Biden and Gavin Newsom. That's probably what happened. Uh-oh, tweet just came out. Or I just see this. Somebody sent this to me. Kash Patel, for very concerned media. Yes, I love America. Was extremely humble with my friends, the newly minted gold medal winners on Team USA. Invited me in the locker room to celebrate the historic moment with the boys. Greatest country on earth, greatest sport on earth. I love that. Kash Patel, I wish you the best. The people that hated you already hated you. To hell with them. To hell with your haters. Your haters won't say anything about this. Zoran Mamdani in a Muslim mosque while he shuts down the city. Look at this.
You know, last Ramadan, I was with many of you here at the procession on the martyrdom anniversary of Imam Ali, alayhi salam. It is a privilege to be here with you once again.
Oh, hold up. Let's grab this comment. If your kid, hold on, I want to grab this comment. I want to grab this comment right here. Where is that comment? Let's see here. Something about if your kid had been a victim of the Chomos, you would care about the Epstein files too. Stephen Newberry, was your kid a victim? Everything I'm seeing right now, the people that were victims were adults when they were down there doing what they were doing. And if you work out the numbers on everything, because they're in their 50s right now, late 40s, these people were adults. So I love the passion, but the same people that are worried about the Epstein files when they were adults and they were doing things as adults aren't saying a word about the 300,000 kids that are missing under the Biden administration. Try me.
I stand before you as the first Muslim mayor in our city's history, and this year as the first Jummah that I have attended in that new position. And to do so together, it is a reminder that in this month of Ramadan, as we find moments of reflection, of recommitment, moments of community.
You got to love a New York City mayor shutting down the city and then he has time to go and celebrate Ramadan. You got to love that, right? You got to love it. It's nice that he has time to do that. Whatever. I just, at this point, I believe what we're seeing is a game being played by the Democrat Party. I firmly believe that the Democrat Party, if they come back in power, they will pack the Supreme Court. They will nuke the filibuster. They will lower the voting age to 16 years old. They will promise everything for free. And Zohran Mamdani, they will amend the Constitution of the United States so that you do not have to be born in America to be president. They will promise everything for free to 16-year-old kids that they're now teaching to walk out of schools. And Zohran Mamdani will be the first president of the United States, actually, maybe second president of the United States, not born in America. Thank you, Barry Sortero. CIA is retracting all these different intelligence reports after they found political bias. We knew that was going to happen. Very similar. Epstein files. Epstein files. Biden was in charge. Everything was altered. If you don't believe that, you are dumb. You are literally dumb if you don't believe it. And now the information's coming out. It was all altered. Every damn bit of it. You know it as I do. Because if Biden's name is not in the files, somebody removed it. Period. This is going to trigger the chat. This is going to trigger everything. Trump calls the USA hockey team, invites them to the State of the Union. There's going to be a lot of vacant seats because the Democrats are not going to attend. They're going to set this one out because they love America so much.
Watch 1 minute. 1 minute. And by the way, your goalie played not bad.
Howie, say hi. Howie, say hi to him.
How you doing, Don? I have seen hockey goalies have slightly worse games than him. It's unbelievable, and you were all unbelievable. And that team is pretty good you played. I don't know if it's not going to get anytime soon, right? And, you know, I tell you what, I just told my people 2 minutes ago, I didn't know they'd be calling. I said, we're giving the State of the Union speech on Tuesday night. I could send a military plane or something. But if you would like to, it's the coolest night. It's the biggest.
We're in.
Speech.
U.S. hockey team said they're in. Trump is going to send Air Force One to go get the hockey team. Trump is going to send Air Force One to go get the hockey team or a military plane. And when he does that, you thought liberals hated Trump before? Oh my God. Taco Tuesday. I'm having tacos tomorrow night to watch the State of the Union. We're going to live stream it right here. Taco Tuesday, State of the Union. Democrats probably won't be there. They're going to go out and probably protest. They'll probably go riot and burn some cities down. Hockey team's going to be there. I am going to tell you this is going to cook. This is going to absolute cook. And I love it. And a lot of people are going to freak out because Cash was celebrating with them. I don't care. They already hated Cash Patel. They already hated him. For those in the chat that hate Cash Patel, nothing this guy can do will ever change your mind. You're going to be like, I've always hated Cash Patel. I've always hated Pam Bondi. There's just something about it. There's just something about Pam that I don't like.
Let's go! USA!
Love that. I love it. The people that hate Trump hate Cash. The people that hate Cash indirectly hate Trump. If you hate Pam, you're throwing hate towards Trump. If you don't like JD Vance, you're like Peter Thiel. You're hating Trump. And you're doing work for the Democrat Party. That's exactly what's occurring right now, guys. That is what's happening. It's a binary freaking choice right now. It is a binary choice. If you start throwing shade at the administration, you're throwing shade that could very well damage the foundation of what's happening in America. Prove me wrong. I would love to be wrong on this. I want to be wrong on this. There is no reason for me to want to be right. For all the people that are wanting to go on vacation in Mexico, let me play this real quick. This is in HD.
Everybody's making immigration proposals these days. Let me add mine to the mix. Call it the Limbaugh laws. First, you immigrate to our country, you have to speak the native language. You have to be a professional or an investor. No unskilled workers allowed. Also, there'll be no special bilingual programs in the schools with the Limbaugh laws, no special ballots for elections, no government business will be conducted in your language. Foreigners will not have the right to vote or hold political office. If you're in our country, you cannot be a burden to taxpayers. You are not entitled to welfare or food stamps or other government goodies. You can come if you invest here, an amount equal to 40,000 times a daily minimum wage. If not, stay home. But if you want to buy land, it'll be restricted. No waterfront, for instance. And as a foreigner, you have to relinquish individual rights to the property. And another thing, you don't have the right to protest. You're allowed no demonstrations, no foreign flag waving, no political organizing, no bad-mouthing our president or his policies. You're a foreigner. Shut your mouth or get out. And if you come here illegally, you're going to jail. Now, you think the Limbaugh laws are harsh? Well, every one of the laws I just mentioned are actual laws of Mexico today. That's how the Mexican government handles immigrants to their country. Yet Mexicans come here illegally and protest in our streets. How do you say double standard in Spanish? How about no mas?
No mas. I love this. The Limbaugh laws are timeless. Ben, you need your name in lights like that. I don't know how to do that crap. I'm a low-tech redneck. The only reason I got the gold microphone like Rush is somebody in the chat, Peter Stober, one of my longtime members on the channel, hooked me up. He did it. You have any more vet Bibles? If so, could I get one in memory of my husband, Dave Chapman, who got a Purple Heart in Nam and died from Agent Orange? If you want to get on the list, let's talk about this. If you want to get on the list of the Bibles that I send out, number one, you got to be a member on the channel. You got to be a member on the channel. I take care of family first, period. And if you're a member on the channel, I consider you family. And then you sign up for that newsletter right there that God Bless America just put in there. Okay, let's go here. James, Virginia. What you got, James?
Good morning, Ben. I've got two things. About the
Make it fly.
cartel.
Let's roll, brother.
You know, we live in a small area right here in our community, and the cartel came to our place years ago. We have a large illegal population, and also in our county, some of our law enforcement, it was soft on crime, and they like to pick places like that. Also, Ben, I follow you on X. You've got some of the primo posts on X.
I try to troll the hell out of people over there, brother.
You got to show the troll, the black comedian talking about the rednecks. You got to show your artists that this morning.
I will do that.
It's actually funny, but it's a lot of truth in it.
I'll show
God
it,
bless
James.
you, Ben. Have a good day.
I'll show that, James. God bless you. Thank you for calling. James, Communist State of Virginia. Join the channel as a member if you want to get in on what we're doing here. If you like what we're doing, that's the easiest way for you to show me what I'm doing is right. It's the easiest way. I think James wanted me to show this. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Where is it? I got a lot of stuff over on X. Follow me on X. It's basically where I troll people in real time. Let's go here. See if you like this. Some of you might have seen it. Some of you might not. I don't care. It's my show. Point out the trolls in the chat. We need to warm up the toilet this morning. I haven't flushed anyone so far. I'm really looking forward to a flush. We got to flush some folks, right? We need to flush some folks. Lines are open. 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Talk to, what was that? Breaker 19's anybody there? Come on back and talk to Teddy Bear. If you know who sang that, you might be a good human being. You might be a good human being if you know who that was. Yeah, just turn the audio down whenever you do call. And you can follow me over on X. I'll put the link right here. It's called Navy Vet. Ben on X. There we go. Lines are open. 615-475-7864. If you don't want to talk, I'll go to work. Let's see. Who do we got? We got an unknown caller. Unknown caller. Wait. Yep. Lines are open. Turn the audio down. You're obviously retarded. It says it right there on the bottom of the screen. Turn the audio down. Says it at the bottom. Very simple. Here, I'll even move it to the top for you to see. Let's move it to the top. Okay, let's do that. Call in 615-475-7864 up at the top, right there. Easy to see. Have someone read it to you. Used to hear that song all the time. Still do sometimes. Red Sovine. It was kind of a ballad. It was kind of a ballad what the guy was capable of doing. Let's go here. Mamdani twist himself into a pretzel. Yeah, eligibility. Two small photos. It's obviously racist. 2 forms of ID, racist. Social security card, racist. I guess he only wants white people to shovel snow because minorities and women can't shovel, according to his methodology there, right? Let's go line 3. What do you got, line 3?
Hello, Ben. James from Northern California.
Oh,
about your cartel things.
Yes, sir.
In Chico, about, I'd say a month ago, Trinidad Aragua got caught pressing fentanyl pills about 6 miles up the road, and I live in a rural area.
Mm-hmm.
They got kicked off the mountain pretty quick. But in California, it's ran by fake boobs and real assholes. That's the joke of the day, and you have a great day, buddy.
James, let me ask you a question real quick.
Yes, sir.
Real quick. In California, I've heard they have all these like marijuana farms. And
marijuana grows, they do them in the top of the hills by lakes.
And then those farms, are those ran by cartels? Do they have any influence on that stuff or not? I don't know.
Well, what they'll do is they'll buy up property, they'll build grow houses, and then they'll start growing, but then they'll start, bringing in people that you've never seen, and then you never see them leave the property, so that everybody stays there. It's like a big old camp that you can't go into.
Wow.
And if you do go into them, there's people with guns going to shoot at you.
I'll be damned. Even though it's a legal thing now, it's still being ran like it's an illegal operation. It's still being ran like that.
Well, when the government, or I'll just say it, Newsom doesn't care, and he's probably getting money off of it because of the marijuana tax money.
Huh. Okay.
So he's probably siphoning the money off of the cartels. He is.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you. God bless you. What a great call.
Brother.
I appreciate finding out stuff that I don't know anything about. Here we go. Ben, you have one trait all libs have, and I don't like it. You chastise other conservatives who don't have the same opinions as you. I mean, everyone's poop stinks. Don't flush me. Petrie, why don't you call in and tell me what you don't like about my opinion? And the last time I checked, here's my rule book. I've got my rule book for my channel right here. There's my rule book. See that? Those are the rules for my channel. I don't have any rules. And if Petrie, I hope you're a man, because what I'm going to say is a very manly statement. We don't have to agree on everything, Petrie. I don't have to agree with you on anything, because that's my right. And if you want to get offended, fold the diaper tighter is all I got to say. If you came here for leg humping and an echo chamber, there are other channels that you can do that. Go listen to the poetry professor. Go listen to him. I don't care. And there's too many people that are so infatuated with people liking them. I don't come on here for dopamine, for the leg humping. Ben, we love you. Ben, I don't do that. I don't care. I don't care if you like me. You probably don't like the truth. You probably don't like the harsh truth. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Do I hear a flush? Should we flush Petrie for being thin-skinned? 1 for yes, 2 for no. She's triggered? Oh, okay, there we go. Probably triggered. Let's celebrate the first super on the live stream. Thank you, Kathy, for your first super chat on the live stream. Let me roll through some of these super chats while we're doing here. We got a lot of new members on the channel today. Lines are open. Feel free. Eunice gave away some memberships. Nathan some memberships. Let's go here. Line 2. Go ahead and talk to me while I'm throwing these super chats and appreciations up here. Go for it. What you got?
Hey, good morning, Ben. It's Old Grumpy.
Good morning, sir. How can I offend you today?
Oh, you can't offend me. My skin's made out of leather, so you ain't gonna hurt my feelings.
Good for you.
So let me tell you something. How much longer is it going to be before we start seeing F-35 and F-22s over Mexico City bombing out of these cartels? Because Mexico does not have the standing army to handle all this. They're going to have the U.S. intercede with this.
Let me ask you this. American citizens, right now, they're not considered hostages. But if it gets to the point where they can't leave, then they're restricted. Then they would fall under the rules of being actually held hostages. Would that warrant a response of the United States military to roll in?
I believe it would, depending on what they might hold.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it everyday ordinary citizens? Yeah, I believe Trump would go scorched earth on it to save American people. Even though they may hate him, he would pull their ass out of the fire.
Wouldn't it be ironic, Grumpy? And chat, I'm asking you, 1 for yes, 2 for no. If this is ironic, type 1 for yes, 2 for no. Wouldn't it be ironic that American citizens are trapped in Mexico on the day that the Democrat Party walks out of the State of the Union? Donald Trump deploys troops to Mexico to save the Americans that the Democrat Party doesn't give one piece of tiny shit about.
That would be the epitome of irony, and it would show the American people what the Democrat Party has always been about since 1964 when JFK was assassinated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I agree.
I was just sitting here thinking during that attack, wonder how many firearms was used from Fast and Furious in that.
You mean Eric Holder and Obama transporting and trafficking weapons? One of them killed a Customs and Border Patrol agent. Grumpy.
Yeah, I wonder how many people have forgotten about that.
Grumpy, I want you to do one thing. Pat yourself on the back for having common sense. And thank you for being a longtime member and supporter here on the channel. I love you, brother. Brother from another mother.
Love you.
Grumpy. He's got skin that is leather. You can't offend him. I guess we did offend Petrie. We offended Petrie. Goodbye. Goodbye, Petrie. You got Montezuma's revenge. You got Montezuma's revenge. Sin, your Bible should be delivered today or tomorrow. I love Ben's crappy opinion. Yeah, thank you. Good morning, Ben, Daisy, and Fred. Thank you, Tommy. Decals for Detiers. Thank you, Nathan. You're the best. Yeah, we're getting our name on a NASCAR. A good friend of mine drives a NASCAR, and we're going to put our sticker, the Ben Dyke Show, Ben Dykes and Family, whatever. We're going to put that on there. Grits and Gravy. Looks like we got another one in here. Man, the trolls. Thank you to all the super fans that are here. I consider trolls super fans. I really do. You guys wake up, you completely ignore going to work. You don't have jobs. You sit on your couch and probably wearing your mom's underwear. And you complain in the chat. It's so nice to see. It's so nice to see that. Gosh, I love it. I'm so popular. I live rent free in all of your heads. Somebody says I'm at work. Grits and Gravy. Thank you, Grits and Gravy, for being at work. I love that. Thank you. And Grits and Gravy, I hope I offend you. This is how we got here. Hillary Clinton supplied Iran with uranium to enrich the nuclear program. Barack Obama gave Iran $1.7 billion that they used to fund their nuclear program. Joe Biden unfroze over $16 billion of funds for Iran. Do you think Iran would be funding any of the stuff down there in Mexico? Love it. Grits and Gravy, you don't offend me. Thank you. Thank you for having thick skin. I appreciate that. That's exactly the way America should be right now. We should be able to disagree. Men have been disagreeing since the beginning of time. They should be able to disagree. They should always be able to disagree. And then when we finish disagreeing, we should be able to go hunting together and kill some deer and put some food on the table. That's the way it's happened since the beginning. That cavemen. That's the way it's happened. Okay? Some of Jesus's disciples didn't like each other. They still tried to help save everyone in the chat's soul. That's just the way it is. There's nothing wrong with not everybody in the litter box is going to agree with each other. Okay? Thanks for watching, super fans. Yeah, the trolls are super fans. They are the epitome of super fans. This will trigger the chat. This will trigger the chat for all the Pizzagate people. This will probably throw you off. You're probably not going to like this one. Probably not. Buckle up. Somebody's going to get offended.
There's an account on X that forecasts or tries to forecast military action based on how busy the pizza places are around the Pentagon. Next time there's going to be an airstrike, have you guys thought about maybe just going to the cafeteria?
I'm aware of that account. I haven't thought of just going to the cafeteria. I've thought of just ordering lots of pizza on random nights, just to throw everybody off. Some Friday night when you see a bunch of Domino's orders, it might just be me on an app throwing the whole system off so we keep everybody off balance. Trust me, we look at every indicator. There's a reason.
Secretary of War Pete Hegseth trolling the Pizzagate people. I don't know if the Pizzagate stuff was real or not, but boy, oh boy, I love the just open admission that he's gonna troll them. I like having a Secretary of War that doesn't mind trolling the trolls. That's what I've learned to do here, is just troll the trolls. Right? James was right. Let's go here. Check out Secretary of, I believe, Commerce, Secretary of Treasury. Is it Commerce or Treasury? Whatever.
And, Maria, I just want to say, why don't we look back here and think two would-be assassins dead, one in jail for life, and this venom coming from the other side. Look at this terrible, profane Senate commercial in Illinois. I would call for them to take that down. Take that down, because it is that kind of venom that we don't know whether this person was a mastermind, unhinged, or what, but they are normalizing this violence. It's got to stop. I want to congratulate Sean Curran and the Secret Service for protecting the president and his family.
So in Illinois, actually. There is an advertisement out. Let me see if I can find it. And I believe this is probably what is inciting a lot of this. Let me see if I can find this. There's an Illinois ad. Oh, here we go, right here. Illinois Lieutenant Governor that just came out with an advertisement. Tell me if this is helping to incite violence against the president of the United States. Tell me what you think about this. This is the Lieutenant Governor of Illinois.
Fuck Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Juliana.
They just yell over and over, F Trump. This is an actual advertisement. I'm not going to play it, but this is her. She's running for Senate. Looks like a dude. And all they do is say F Trump. See, I'm not even going to play it. I'm not going to put this in your living room. But do you think this could have anything to do with the rhetoric? He wasn't allowed to get on Mar-a-Lago property. They killed him at the front gate. Don't believe the lie that he got on Mar-a-Lago property. He didn't make it there. He didn't. What will Trump trolls do after he's gone? I don't know what. I mean, that's an entire industry. Taco Pizza Tuesday? Taco Pizza sounds pretty good. Let's go. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Take a couple more calls before I have to go to my job. Okay, we'll do that before I go to my job. Yeah, they're bloodthirsty, unprofessional. What crime has he committed that they're claiming? There's not one crime. I just don't know how far that this goes, how much more anyone actually listens to the Democrat Party. I believe they're so far along, it's not even funny. And now they're just openly being racist. Let me show you this one. This is open racism from, I guess, I mean, you could call him the current governor of California. Listen to this.
I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you. I'm like you. I'm no better than you. I'm a 960 SAT guy.
No, 960 SAT means you have a pulse. So he's just basically told this black gentleman he's as dumb as he is. Listen to that.
60 SAT guy. And I'm not trying to offend anyone, trying to act all there if you got 940. But literally a 960 SAT guy. I cannot, you've never seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech.
I believe that.
Maybe the wrong business to be in.
Well, obviously you're really good at math because you've handled California's economy so well. That's where that guy is. It's insane the amount of stupidity coming out of California, coming out of Gavin Newsom. It's so funny. Apparently someone trolled C-SPAN. Listen to this. This is good.
John in Virginia, Republican. Let's hear from you.
Well, this is John Barron, and this is the worst decision you ever have in your life, practically. Jack's going to agree with me, right? But this is a terrible decision. And you have Hakeem Jeffries, he's a dope, and you have Chuck Schumer, who can't cook a cheeseburger. Of course these people are happy. But true Americans will not be happy. And you have the woman earlier, I assume she's a woman, she's a Democrat, but she said she's disgraced. She's devastated.
All right.
Somebody called in and trolled C-SPAN. Let me show you the other great troll that just happened. And this is a friend of mine. I'll see if I can get Sean to come on the show. I'll see if I can get him to come on the show. Tell me what you think of this. I'll reach out to Sean. He's busy. He does this full time. Here we go. Let's go here. Sean Farish, good friend of mine.
This is your favorite president, and I just wanted to congratulate Team USA Hockey on their gold medal victory over Canada, or as I like to call them, Snow Mexico. But I got off the phone with Prime Minister Carney, and she's very upset about it. She's not happy about it, but she'll get over it. I told her, quiet, piggy. Shut the Kachuk up and be quiet, because the winners are here. You look at the Kachuk brothers. They did a fantastic job. You look at, I get along very well with him, Connor Hellebuck, and he did a tremendous job. You know, he's they call him a netminder. I call him a goalie, but he did a fantastic job in net. The only thing more secure than Connor Hellebuck is our southern border. It's a tremendous border. Nothing gets through. And Connor Hellebuck was fantastic. Jack Hughes, they say you don't know Jack. I know Jack very well. And he scored the game-winning goal. It was a beautiful shot. Nobody's ever seen a better shot before. It's a tremendous shot. But our team won. You know, you look at it. Canada's French came out at the wrong time. You never want to go full French, because once you do, it means you're going to lose. And that's what happened to Canada. Poor Snow, Mexico, and they're all very upset about it. But congratulations to Team USA on the gold. We love gold. Nobody loves gold as much as I do. We're going to tariff Canada's silver medals at 25%. The Supreme Court can chew on that. And to Canada, first we took your sport. Next we may take your country if we want to do that. Congratulations, Team USA. God bless America, and thank you for your attention to this matter.
Here's the one that's really going to nuke a lot of people. The guy that scored the winning goal, Jack Hughes, he's Jewish. He's Jewish. So for all the people that want to hate, just enjoy wallowing in your own little, I guess, miserable lives. I'll try to get Sean to come on the show. I'll reach out to him today. I'll try to give him a call today and see if he wants to come on and talk to everybody. Because I think it would be sound bite heaven to get Sean on the show. With that being said, guys, I'm going to roll through some of these supers that just came in. Nitka Ditka. Oh, I love the Chicago Bears. 85 Bears, I believe. With Walter Payton and the Fridge and Jim was it Jim McMahon? Yeah, Jim McMahon, Walter Payton, legend. I think they called him Sweetness. Kevin Farmer, thank you for becoming a member. James, thank you. All Trump has to do is label Mexico as a failed state, and a narco state becomes completely legal to strike. James, thank you so much.
Amen. Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. A lot of you don't know a lot of the money that I get off super chats and memberships. I help veterans get guitars. I help with their service dogs. And now we're starting to send Bibles across the country. Postage isn't cheap. Thank you for all you do for the veterans. It's just Matthias. Thank you, Matthias. KSJ, $5. Thank you. Nathan, decals for, yeah, we're getting our name on the, you know what, the sticker for the NASCAR, we might put God Bless America on there. Maybe not even my name. I love Ben Scrappy's opinion. Since then, yours will be on the way. I'm the dash in the middle, the Oreo filling. Thank you very much. With that being said, guys, I'm getting out of here. I got to go to work. I'm going to go do my thing. I work full time. I do this as I don't know why I do it. I guess I do it just to get yelled at in the chat. Thank you for watching. I will see y'all tonight.